Hey, what's up, guys? Today we're going to be looking at Spinal. He just came out for KI. We're going to do a little character breakdown, look through his normal special moves, instincts, all kinds of stuff like that. Just break down everything he's got, talk a little bit about him, and yeah, just hopefully you guys enjoy this. So, first things first, let's take a look at his normals. We have his stand light punch, crouch light punch, stand light kick, crouch light kick, stand medium punch, crouch medium punch, stand medium kick, crouch medium kick, which is also a sweep. Stand heavy punch, crouch heavy punch, stand heavy kick, crouch heavy kick, which is also a slide. It also leads into combos, so you can auto double after. So there's that. His jump normals: jump light punch, jump light kick, jump medium punch, jump medium kick, which is a dive kick, also opens up into combos. Jump heavy punch, jump heavy kick. Now the thing about Spinal is that he actually has no real cross up. There's no way for him to cross you up in the air. As you can see there, even as hard as I try, there's no way for me to cross him up. So lacks a real cross up, but it's okay. He has a lot of other tools to make up for that. As you can see by the way he moves around, he's a very slow character. His normals don't have great range either. So he's not a character with great footsies. He doesn't move around that well until you start messing with some other stuff. So yeah, not a lot of mobility right away. But what he does have is this run. When you double tap forward and hold it, he will run across the screen like that, and he, giggles. And you have a couple things you can do off of it. Obviously, you can slide, or you can run, and then just jump, and then go for all kinds of stuff like that. So your opponent pretty much has to respect what you're gonna do off of it. You can do a shield bash if you want to stay safe, something like that. But yeah, so he stays safe, and he also has the ability to run in like that. So it's a really interesting mechanic to give him some mobility. Spinal also has some great command normals. He has back and light punch, this move. Now, if anybody hits you with a special or even a projectile when you're holding this, you'll build a skull, right? And I'll show you guys what that looks like. So I'll have Glacius do hail. So I'll hold back and light punch, and as you can see there, I block the hail and I get skulls. So it's not just with projectiles. So if Glacius does something like that and tries to block after, and I'm holding my projectile, I can just absorb the hit, go right through. That ender that I just did also builds skulls. So that's one of the things that's nice about Spinal as well. He can build skulls off of his enders, and skulls give him all kinds of special properties. One of the things that skulls do is when you have them, you can shoot different projectiles, right? So Spinal has his quarter circle forward punch, which is the low skull, quarter circle medium punch, which is the mid skull, quarter circle heavy punch, which is the overhead skull, right? So I'll just get rid of the skulls real quick. When he doesn't have skulls, it looks like this, just a little pressure move like that, nothing too spectacular. But back to his command moves. He has a dive kick in the air, which is anytime you hit medium kick. You can even do it jumping back, or you can do it right off the ground, pretty low. It's not actually an overhead, but it's a very interesting normal. He also has back heavy punch, which is an overhead. It's an overhead starter, so he can go for all kinds of mix-ups off of it. Very good move. Has pretty decent range, actually, because he steps forward as well. So, yeah, deceptively far range. Just like as you can see there. Another unique thing about Spinal is that his manuals or his doubles can all be done again. They can be repeated. So as you can see there, there's a heavy double, and you can see there's a third hit on it. Same thing with, I'll do his medium kicks, just like that. A little skull or a little arm comes out of the ground. So yeah, very interesting stuff. One of the most unique things about him is that he can get like a triple autoed like that. So it's really interesting. Triple auto sounds really funny, but yeah, that's one of the most unique things about Spinal. Again, that's his like special combo mechanic or whatever you'd like to call it. So yeah, very interesting stuff. Another thing about Spinal is this slide that we saw earlier that leads right into a combo. So this combined with some of his overhead skull and stuff like that means he has a lot of mix-up potential. Spinal also has a teleport that'll always put him on the same spot on screen. So his light teleport will always put him in this distance, like right in front of your opponent. Medium will put him point blank in front of your opponent, and heavy will put him behind his opponent. So no matter where you do your teleport, you will always end up in the same location. So right here, heavy teleport puts me behind, medium kick right in front, light right there, just a little bit away from your opponent. So those are all of his options as far as teleporting goes. So as you can imagine with his overhead low projectile plus his teleport, he has a lot of mix-up potential. So very interesting ways to mix people up and open them up. So that is one of Spinal's specialties. Another unique thing about him, we'll just go through his special moves, is that they all have a unique property when he has a skull, but we'll get into those in a second, right? So he's got his shield bash, which is safe on block. The heavy version, when you have a skull, is projectile invulnerable. I'll show you guys what that looks like. So the heavy version is projectile invulnerable. See that little green that uses the skull up? So there's that. He also has his laser sword, which is, I think, spectral sword. As you can see, it's upper body invulnerable. And the heavy version, when you have a skull, juggles, and it launches like that. See, normally it just looks like that. So yeah, there's that. We already went through his teleport, but when he teleports and he has a skull, he can cancel it into other special moves immediately. So you saw there I did teleport into teleport. I can do stuff like teleport into like skull, or whoops, man, that grab range is not that far. We can do like teleport into like his whoops, I reversed my own inputs there. So he can do like teleport into like his sword or whatever he wants, right? He can cancel the heavy teleport into whatever you know, special move he wants. So that's what the heavy teleport, or that's what the heavy teleport is. It immediately allows you to cancel it. You can also cancel into special moves or shadow moves. So right away like that is a good option as well. Now you see that little yellow ball floating around Glacius. Anytime you hit your opponent with a shadow skull, which is this move right here, you'll get the little yellow or instinct curse, which drains your opponent's instinct anytime you hit your opponent with a skull that's not the shadow skull. So if I just hit him with the mid skull, you see the blue one, which drains his shadow bar, which is on the bottom right. It's the super meter basically. So that's one of the unique things about skulls as well. Besides just being pressure tools, they allow you to you know, drain your opponent's meter, whether that's shadow or instinct. So it's a really, really good tool as well. And that's one of the best parts about Spinal, is his ability to drain your opponent's resources. And he gets the shadow meter himself when he's draining it, so it's really, really good for him. But yeah, those are his special moves. He's got his laser sword, his skull, or spectral sword, his teleport, and his charge move. So those are the 4 special moves that he has, and they're all, again, have unique properties when he has skulls. So yeah, one of the things that you noticed was that his throw actually gives you a skull, as you can see there. And so throwing is a good idea if you want to build skulls. Another thing that lets you build skulls is his specific combo ender, his quarter circle forward punch, builds him skulls based on the level of ender you did. So as you can see there, I did a level 4 ender, so I built 4 extra skulls. But yeah, Spinal has a lot of ways to mix people up. You know, he has like, he can do stuff like back throw, overhead, back throw, overhead skull, teleport, and then like mix you up and stuff like that. Or back throw, overhead skull, teleport, back throw, teleport, and then he can do his own overhead or stuff like that. So he has all kinds of ways to mix you up. And gets this nice setup. So something in an overhead, and his combo builds more skulls. And yeah, it's pretty good. Obviously, he can do stuff like shoot a low skull and then run in behind it and like jump in or something like that. So that's an option as well. Or he can do just run and then teleport if you really want to get tricky, so your opponent won't expect the teleport. So yeah, very good stuff. That run is actually special cancelable. So yeah, pretty good stuff right there. A lot of mix-up potential, especially off of back throw, since you have so much time to set up skulls. So yeah, a lot of mix-up potential. Very cool stuff with Spinal. That's one of the biggest things. We'll get into his instincts, so I'll just drain his skulls real quick. Okay, so now that we're out of skulls, man, that was cool. Now that we're out of skulls, what his instinct does is you activate it, immediately gives you full skulls, and your skulls will regenerate super fast. So as you can see there, I'm shooting them pretty quickly here, and they come back fairly quick, as you can see above Spinal. So yeah, they build fairly quickly on their own. He also has that green aura. So yeah, pretty cool stuff. Let's just go over his enders real quick, because we might as well. So obviously the quarter circle forward punch one builds skulls. He also has one that juggles like that, the laser sword one. You can combo into that and drain your opponent's instinct meter if you want. So that's the juggle one, that's quarter circle back punch. The teleport ender, which you can actually combo into his teleport in a combo like that, does damage. So the teleport ender is for max damage if you want to do a lot of damage. And the last ender we have is the shoulder ender, which is a wall splat. Now the nice thing is just about Spinal and his wall splat is that since he has all this mix-up potential. His wall splat is really good, so he can do like overhead skull and pressure you after. So his wall splat's a really good idea. Plus, if he throws you off of it, you know, he builds a skull as well. So really good mix-up potential there from Spinal. One of the nicest parts about him is that he has all these ways to just mix you up and just do all kinds of crazy high-low stuff. And that's pretty much the biggest thing, is the kinds of setups that he can do is pretty insane. He's one of the most mix-up heavy characters, but probably one of the strangest characters to get used to when you first start playing him. Like, I don't know, he has so much going on for him that it's just really hard to kind of remember what everything is. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm really a fan of him so far. He's really fun to play. The only thing I'm worried about is how his normals will really hold up in a match because they're so slow and stuff. But either way, very fun to play. His skull mechanic is really awesome to mess around with. This is one of the coolest like things in the game to use. Like, you can absorb Jago's wind kick and then punish him for it. So really, really cool stuff. And yeah, that's pretty much it for Spinal. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Just a quick look at him. I'll be playing some Spinal pretty soon, so check out some videos soon, and you'll see some Spinal in them. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I'll see you guys again soon.